Good morning and welcome to Galactic Soul Healing. My name is Sonia. Today we're going to be working with the Alpha Centurion collective and energy, because they came up to me in my consciousness while I was meditating on the beach, walking along, which was awesome. So we're going to do our little oracle reading. So these are the decks we're going to be using. The Dreams of Gaia and Animal Dreaming. Okay, just taking, showing you those so you can take a screenshot, or if you'd like to get the cards for yourself, you can. Isis Oracle, and we have the Gods and Titans. Okay. Now, let me get to shuffling. Okay, now there was there was a few themes which we'll probably go into as we use the cards, and once again just emphasizing that we do this work with images because and talk around themes that come up and meanings for the cards and things like that, and of course you might have your own meanings that come up for you as well, and associations, other things that are associated that might prompt your subconscious. So this is the why we're working with image, to stimulate the subconscious to make little shifts in positive directions, and also to help the subconscious mind and the conscious mind work together. So as we know, a lot of the subconscious stuff is kind of hidden from our conscious everyday mind, but it is there nonetheless. A lot of experiences we've had, a lot of also of our soul aspects that we haven't actually manifested yet are actually held within the subconscious, and also within our consciousness generally, our consciousness field. Basically subconscious work is really just helping that process of improving flexibility of mind and helping your consciousness to be, I guess it contributes to expansion of consciousness, but also increasing your self-awareness of your whole soul. So the width, breadth and depth of your consciousness, which includes your conscious everyday mind and as well as your subconscious stuff. Okay, now let's cut the decks. Right, so and just like to thank the Alpha Centaureans for all these messages that came through to me this morning. I'm not going to go over them before I draw the cards because I think they're going to come out with the cards. So then we'll kind of blend them all together. So we're just going to take one from each stack. Often these collectives do work with other groups or collectives as well. So, if these messages that are coming through, just thanking any other collectives that are contributing to that or working with the Alpha Centaureans to assist us and our planet as well. Right, let us draw a card. So the themes are going to be, I've taken notes from my meditation, and the themes are going to be coming out as we look at the cards here. So this is the from the Isis Oracle, and awesome image, this one, really strong. Stay true and be in your power, Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. This is fascinating. Right, this is very much on the theme of this is talking about Lady, Lord and Lady, so divine masculine and divine feminine, it's mentioning here, which is one of the things the Alpha Centaureans were saying to me, was that the our divine masculine and divine feminine, we actually have chakras that have to do with those energies. So as above the head, on our head we have the crown, then we have the soul star. On our left side, I'm pretty sure it's the divine feminine, and then the right side is divine masculine. There's actually like a chakra kind of energy thing happening in our energy field here, okay? And this is kind of on point about that. And the other thing is that this thing about staying true and being in your power, they're saying also that we are moving into a time now where we have full permission to be more courageous and loving and accepting of ourselves and our own personal truth. Okay, so things like this deep-seated fear, any deep-seated guilt, deep-seated shame is shifting out of our fields. So we are going through a deep cleansing energetically, and this is going to help us to be true to ourselves and help us shift into more authentic, powerful ways of being. Okay, the Alphas also said to me that they had to go through a similar process with their ascension. And what they found was that the material kinds of things were kind of had to be pushed in the background, but what ascension required of them was to develop inner strength and inner power, okay? And they went through this whole development process, and it was, over a long period of time, but they had to, over time, gradually develop their own beingness, their own fields, their own physiology, their own consciousness. They had to develop these things and be really, and that is actually a truth. Like it's a truth. They developed on many different levels, I'm going to go into this probably a little bit more as we draw on the other cards, but stay true and be in your power. So basically, you are in your power if you are being authentic. And that's going to be about also drawing on your divine masculine and divine feminine aspects, okay, that help feed into your soul essence. So the Alphas also to go through a soul development process. Okay, they are currently, very strong, very intellectually advanced, and very capable beings. Okay, but previously in their low vibration state, they weren't so much. Okay, and the other thing too is that we aren't the only civilization to have gone through phases of manipulation and control. Okay, and oppression. There are other civilizations that have been through that. Okay, so they're saying, hang on to your authenticness and keep moving forward, keep developing. Right, that's awesome. I can't believe how that's right on point. Messages. Wow. Okay, another little phrase that they mentioned to me this morning was, because we're releasing all of this deep-seated fear, guilt and shame, okay, and we're moving into courage, love and acceptance of ourselves. Okay, what they literally said to me, it's time to reach for the stars. So it's time to, metaphorically, reach for the stars within ourselves, but also reach for the stars externally. Really tap into the messages that are coming through from higher frequency beings, light beings, archangels, ascended masters, and they're saying, it's definitely out there, and that with this development process that we just mentioned, they're saying keep developing yourselves intellectually, keep developing yourselves emotionally, keep developing yourselves intuitively, so your intuition, keep developing that. And you can find out how to do these things specifically. This is like the overall framework, okay? Keep developing creatively, so keep doing creative things. Keep developing spiritually, so have a daily spiritual practice, practice the gratitude. Keep saying things to yourself like, I am the light I am. I am the light I am. Learn how to shift your frequency, and you can shift your frequency by repeating that phrase, okay? And, you know, it says keep developing physiologically, okay? Now, as we develop all of these things, like physiologically is, you know, like the physiological, you know, our energy body and our physical body are developing physiologically. We are advancing as well. As we develop in all of these areas, okay, we're going to be able to receive these messages coming through. So they're also saying, you know, trust, and, you know, use your discernment where you need to, you know, create your own little balance of things going on. You know, mindfulness and awareness are going to be great things to practice. But the messages, you know, and coming through, but also be aware of your internal messages. They're saying as you're going through this internal development and assisting others perhaps as well to go through their internal development, because we're going to be helping each other in this process. It's going to be awesome, and it already is awesome. You know, just be a little bit more of, because mindfulness is about receiving messages from your ego and higher self as well. So tune into your own little messages that you're getting, okay? Now, right, let's go Gods and Titans. Okay, this is Nuada, perfection. Okay, so this is, now he looks very strong, okay, and this is a card about balance. So it's about getting that balance between having self-development and wanting to progress and move forward, but not being so caught up in it that you are beating yourself up when you don't meet certain standards that you are putting up there, because you've got to be aware of these internal messages. Okay, you've got to be able to be loving and accepting of yourself, okay, because as you release deep-seated guilt and shame, you know, you might want to do A, B and C, okay, but you might have to do X, Y and Z first in order to just kind of gradually move up to that, you know, like don't expect yourself to do too much in one go. But they're also saying here perfectionism has also to do with self-discipline and order and using discernment, and this also is a little bit like a warrior figure here, but obviously what dominates our vision when we see this is the physical, okay? But if you want to look at this in a more holistic way, I mean, he looks like he might be a bit angry, so there's some emotion, some anger coming up and releasing. But say if he wasn't having an angry moment, okay, if that dude there was, you know, very, just, you know, imagine that you are of that strength, but you also have strength of mind, highly intelligent, highly creative, highly intuitive, highly spiritual as well, okay? And aware of chakras, contacting higher beings, and you know, receiving, basically being a galactic being, okay? It can be challenging to try and think of a physical image in that light, but what we have to do when we look at ourselves in the mirror is just go, you know what? We're not just a physical being, okay? We have so much more, and we are being asked to develop in ways and in areas that we perhaps haven't really looked into very much previously. This is what ascension is about. So perfectionism is about self-discipline, moving forward, but getting that balance of being loving and accepting, because we do have limitations as we move through this, but we are going to be able to transcend our limitations over time. But just know what your current limitations are, okay? Yeah, because there are only so many hours in the day, okay, and a lot of us do have family responsibilities, but at the same time, if we're not giving time to ourselves at all, okay, that could be something that needs perfecting a little bit. So this could also be a card of fine-tunement, like using discernment, fine-tuning things, okay? Yeah, but also about having courage. You know, this could be a card about courage, reaching for the stars within yourself, aspiring to something, being inspired, gaining inspiration in some way, shape or form in your developmental process of, you know, developing intellectually, emotionally, intuitively, creatively, spiritually, and physiologically, okay? Reaching for the stars in those areas. Let's look at the last card, and this is so awesome. This is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. It is number 10 of the fire suit, and that is a very powerful image. I don't know about you, but this is pretty much you know, what the alphas were trying to say to me is that when we are going to be going through this developmental process of ourselves, it's very much going to be really expanding and blossoming and really stepping into our full potential in these areas, because as you know, all of these chakras influence our mind, body and spirit, okay, in various ways. So this is the crown. This could also be the soul star up here if you know, you want to look at it that way. And the consciousness, look at the radiation coming out there, which is just awesome. The brow chakra, crown, brow, throat, heart, solar plexus, the sacral and the base or root chakra. And he literally has little tools there that definitely looks like a hammer and some sort of a file. So it's literally about going to work, and this fire here is just at the background. It's like wings, and it's literally like, yeah, they're saying at times you may feel like you're on fire or like you're going up in flames or something, okay, because the energy of the fire is very energetic and it's very energizing, okay? So it's all about energy, learning to navigate your energy, learning to balance these energy centers, okay, activate them, cleanse them, yeah, all this. And on the sides here, yeah, this looks like we have the left here, and then on this side here, this is like the stars or galactic, but this looks like very earthly. These are kind of animal images. So it's also saying that we ourselves, our beings, we have the power to bridge these two worlds, okay? And the word bridge came up in my meditation as well. So it's like earth and, you know, galactic out there, which is sort of more in the space. So, you know, we have the ability to, through our consciousness and through our energy field, to start working on looking at ourselves as light beings, as potentially beings that can bridge these two worlds, okay? You know, we have a lot of potential within us. I'm just checking my notes to see if there's something I have not mentioned. Yeah, and they're saying, you know, just this fire is going to be like burning off that deep-seated fear, guilt and shame, all of those constructs that have been holding us back from our full potential and from developing this, okay? So we've been held or oppressed, okay, and we're shifting out of that. So this is a movement, and it's a developmental process, and it's a whole-souled development. We have a circle here, which is, you know, symbolic of the soul. It's the whole soul now that's coming on board, is working through all of these outdated emotional paradigms like fear, guilt and shame. I'm talking the deep-seated stuff, okay? Yeah, and we're developing more chakras as well that will help in this process. Yeah, so that is, you know, that's pretty much what that's all my notes, and that just came out in the cards as well. So just, you know, we'll just briefly, if I can put, you know, in each hand here, I'm just going to put these up just to show you once again, you know, you may have other meanings. Let's just do these two. And look at that, that's actually masculine and feminine. Okay, so in terms of your own masculine and feminine aspects, okay, and just be aware too that there's more interpretations that you can come up for an image, okay, than what is immediately apparent, because what you need to do is look deeper into the qualities of those potential beings, okay. And the same here, you know, I mean, okay, that's a bird there, that's a hawk, but birds are higher consciousness animals, okay. It can fly, so it has wings, and look over here, we have these flames look like wings as well, okay. The hawk has very good eyesight, so it's very perceptive, and that's going to be another thing too in terms of messages. Perception, you know, we need to develop our inner perception of what we are saying to ourselves. Our self-awareness is going to go through a developmental process as well. It's really exciting, really. I mean, I sort of think we're going to be, you know, reaching new heights in terms of our own, you know, who we are as beings and people. It's going to be fantastic and awesome. So that's it for today. Hope that was helpful. Thank you, Alpha Centaureans. It was just fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic day.